When everything seems dark, there is a light that never fails. A light that begins with Psalm 27. How many times have you woken up with a heavy heart, anxious about the future, wondering if opportunities will come, if money will be enough, if your plans will work out? We all go through moments like these, moments of doubt, fear, and feeling trapped. But there's something that separates those who succeed from those who get lost, something simple yet powerful: faith and action. That's what Psalm 27 is about, and it's exactly what Napoleon Hill always taught. Without faith, nothing is possible. I always said that faith is the ingredient that, when combined with thought, triggers creative action. It's what transforms ideas into reality. In Psalm 27, David declares with conviction, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear?" These words are not just poetry. They are a shield, a mental state that protects you from everything trying to hold you back. If you want success, growth, and victory, whether in your financial, emotional, or spiritual life, you need to start the day connected to this light. Psalm 27 is not just a prayer, it's a manual for victory. It strengthens you from within, clarifies your thoughts, and prepares you to fight on the outside. While the world shouts chaos, God whispers direction. While anxiety tries to block you, faith awakens your action. Combine this with Napoleon Hill's principles: clear purpose, discipline, persistence, and positive thinking, and you become unstoppable. Today, we'll dive into this psalm together, turning each verse into practical action, into living reality you can use immediately. No matter how your morning started, from here on, everything can change. Before moving forward, do something simple. Comment now, "The Lord is my light." Write this phrase. Make it your declaration of faith, your choice to live by light, by action, not by fear or doubt. This text is more than motivation. It's an invitation to transformation. We live in a world that tries to push us into darkness, not just physical darkness, but the kind that invades the mind and emotions. Financial struggles, job insecurity, crumbling relationships, unfulfilled expectations, dreams that seem out of reach. It's easy to lose yourself when everything darkens around you, but this is exactly when the first lesson of Psalm 27 emerges. The Lord is my light. This statement doesn't mean the absence of problems, but the presence of direction. David wrote surrounded by enemies and uncertainties, yet he chose the light, decided to stand firm in it. The light illuminates the next step. It doesn't guarantee you'll see the entire path, but it gives you the strength to keep going. Fear paralyzes, faith propels. Start the day with the affirmation, "The Lord is my light and my salvation," even if your mind doubts. Write down your fears, confront them with truths, and place principles of faith next to each fear. Every intentional small action ignites the light, even when everything seems confusing. David didn't win by strength, but by steadfast belief. Napoleon Hill said that faith activates the creative mind. Combine faith with action, and you become unstoppable. How many opportunities have you missed by hesitating? How many dreams stayed on paper because of fear? The light transforms hesitation into movement, doubt into courage, impossibility into possibility. Have you ever felt weak inside, even when appearing strong on the outside? Have you ever longed for shelter, security, peace? David reveals, "The Lord is the strength of my life." This isn't a fortress of stone. It's an inner, emotional, and spiritual strength that doesn't depend on money, status, or influence. Napoleon Hill taught that every difficulty brings an opportunity for growth. True strength isn't external, it's within. Faith, courage, patience, resilience, and self-control are the foundations. Build inner strength daily. Set aside moments of silence, reading, and meditation on truths that fortify. Read Psalm 27 aloud. Surround yourself with thoughts that uplift. Act even when afraid, for every step strengthens you. The fortress is built brick by brick, day by day, resisting, forgiving, believing, advancing. It's not the absence of struggle that creates winners, but the steadfastness in the face of it. Imagine your life as a castle. Every daily action is a brick laid, every prayer a wall raised, every choice of faith a foundation strengthened. Napoleon Hill emphasized that lasting success only exists with a solid emotional foundation. Without inner balance, external wealth and achievements fade. The most dangerous enemies are invisible: doubt, anxiety, procrastination, fear of failure, low self-esteem. David faced armies, but also these internal enemies. Faith doesn't eliminate enemies. It makes them fall before courage. Napoleon Hill said, "Those who master the mind master reality." Practice this. Identify your invisible enemies. Write them down, respond with faith and action, reaffirm truths daily. Act even when afraid. Every step challenges doubt. Invisible enemies only win if you feed them. Faith and purpose render them powerless. How many times have you started something with enthusiasm only to give up before seeing results? How many talents went undeveloped because invisible enemies whispered, "It won't work"? Train your mind daily. Declare the truth. Act despite fear. Turn every invisible obstacle into a stepping stone to success. Waiting isn't stopping. Waiting is active. It's trusting while acting, maintaining faith while building, having courage before the result appears. Napoleon Hill said, "Patience, persistence, and effort form an unbeatable combination for success." Great fruits require deep roots. David waited years to ascend to the throne, pursued and rejected. Yet he didn't give up. He waited with action, courage, and prayer. Set small daily goals, avoid comparisons, meditate on life-giving words, and use waiting to grow. Victory isn't luck. It's preparation. God strengthens you from within so your victory is lasting. Patience is like a river, constant, silent, transformative. David desired intimacy with God above titles, wealth, or power. External strength comes from inner connection. Napoleon Hill said great achievements begin in the invisible, in the mind, faith, and intention. Reserve daily time with God, even 15 minutes. Seek to know Him, not just solutions. Study, learn, contemplate the beauty of the Lord. Silence and focus strengthen the soul. Those who dwell in God's presence are unshakable. Every moment of communion is like charging your armor. Every prayer, a shield. Every meditation, a sword. True courage, wisdom, and stability come from intimacy with the Creator. Courage arises from faith. It's not the absence of fear, but trusting God despite danger. Napoleon Hill taught, "Fear paralyzes, faith frees. Affirm confidence daily. Surround yourself with inspiring examples. Recall past victories. Act despite fear. Every act of courage opens doors for tomorrow." David triumphed by trusting. Those who master fear conquer the impossible. The Lord is your light and salvation. Whom shall you fear? Psalm 27 isn't just comfort. It's a call to action, practical faith, and courage. Victory begins within you. Turn waiting into strength, pain into purpose, anxiety into confidence. Choose to live by faith, seek presence, act with courage, strengthen your mind and soul. Even with nothing, say like David, "I will trust." Comment: which verse of Psalm 27 touched your heart most today? Write it and anchor it in your spirit. Share it with someone who needs this message. Subscribe and receive content on faith, courage, and action. You're not alone. David's God is the same today: light, salvation, and refuge. Peace begins within you. Every morning, remember the light doesn't depend on the external world. It's born in your mind, heart, and faith. When you awaken to this light, you start walking with confidence, even amidst chaos. Every positive thought is a step, every act of faith a victory, every choice of courage a brick in the fortress of your life. Anxiety may come, fear may try to stop you, but light, faith, action, and courage form a force no invisible enemy can defeat. When the world challenges you, breathe, connect with the light, act. Napoleon Hill taught that every great achievement begins in the mind. Psalm 27 shows that a mind connected to God is invincible. Every challenge is a chance to grow. Every obstacle a test of faith. Don't wait for everything to be perfect to act. Action, even in small steps, creates movement, opens doors, and transforms lives. Psalm 27 isn't just for moments of pain, but for all moments. It teaches you to stay calm in storms, act when fear tries to paralyze you, trust when reality seems to say otherwise. Faith is practical, courage is practical, light is practical. You don't need perfect circumstances to be powerful. The light already resides within you. Start now. Choose faith, action, courage, God's presence. Let every word of Psalm 27 transform your mind, strengthen your heart, and ignite the light no fear can extinguish. Each day you wake up, you have the opportunity to choose. To choose faith over fear, action over hesitation, light over darkness. The difference between those who live with purpose and those who merely survive lies in the quality of these choices. The first choice is internal, deciding that your day, no matter what happens, will be guided by light, by God's power, and by the clarity of your mind. How many times have you let discouragement or the seemingly impossible stop you from even trying? Every missed opportunity is a reminder that faith without action is just intention. The light of Psalm 27 is more than words. It's momentum, creative force, energy that turns uncertainty into movement. When you repeat, "The Lord is my light and my salvation," you activate not just your spirituality but your mind and emotions. You change your internal state, and the external world begins to realign around you. Fear is subtle. It disguises itself as doubt, worry, or excessive caution. It tries to convince you that you're not capable, that you're alone, that it's too late. But faith shouts louder, even when you can't hear it. David teaches us that victory doesn't come from the absence of enemies, but from the presence of the light that protects you. Every battle you face, internal or external, is a chance to strengthen your mind. Napoleon Hill said that repeated thoughts shape character and determine outcomes. Thoughts of fear breed weakness. Thoughts of faith and action breed strength, courage, and opportunities. When faced with doubts, turn them into action-oriented questions. Instead of thinking, "Will I succeed?" ask, "What step can I take now to get closer to my goal?" Instead of getting lost in financial worries, ask, "What practical action today brings me closer to financial stability?" Faith manifests when combined with decision, when you choose to act despite fear. Every small internal victory is a brick laid in the fortress of your life. And remember, true strength doesn't depend on external approval, but on internal conviction, clarity of purpose, and trust in something greater. Anxiety arises when we focus on what's out of our control. But David teaches us that real control lies within. He couldn't control enemies, circumstances, or betrayals, but he could control his mind and his connection with God. That's the difference between passive and active faith. When you direct your thoughts, feelings, and energy toward what strengthens you, toward practical action and clear vision, you become immune to the invisible attacks of fear, doubt, and procrastination. Napoleon Hill said the human mind is like a garden. What you plant in it grows. Plant faith, hope, discipline, courage, vision. And the courage born of faith is a courage that defies the impossible. It's not the absence of fear, but the firm decision to move forward despite it. How many people never reached their potential because they waited for perfect conditions? How many dreams died in doubt? David didn't ignore danger, he acknowledged it, but his confidence came from a greater source, the certainty that God is his fortress and light. Napoleon Hill taught that a mind strengthened by faith, clarity, and purpose is invincible. Every challenge, every obstacle, every invisible attack becomes fuel for growth if you choose to face it with faith and action. Practice what you learn from Psalm 27 every day. Make a list of small acts of faith and action you can do now. Write down your fears and, next to them, write truths that dispel each one. For example, if you fear not being recognized at work, write, "My dedication is seen by God and my perseverance will be rewarded." If financial anxiety paralyzes you, write, "I trust in God and make wise decisions today to build stability tomorrow." Every action reinforces the light within you. Every step strengthens your inner fortress. Patience is also a daily practice. Waiting on the Lord isn't stopping. It's acting with purpose while trusting the outcome will come at the right time. How many people give up just before the breakthrough? How many projects fail because of premature surrender? Psalm 27 teaches us to wait with action, to persist even without immediate results, to plant seeds today for tomorrow's harvest. David waited years for the throne, facing persecution, rejection, and pain. Yet every day of active waiting, every conscious action, every prayer strengthened his mind and heart. Waiting with faith turns preparation into a time of growth, maturity, and inner strength. True strength comes from intimacy with God. David, though a king and warrior, desired more: connection, presence, intimacy. He didn't seek power, but understanding, presence, learning. Napoleon Hill said great achievements begin in the invisible, in the mind and intention. Connecting with the infinite intelligence, which is God, brings clarity, creativity, and direction. Reserve daily time for this connection. Don't just ask for solutions, ask for wisdom, discernment, inner strength. Learn to see God's beauty in small details, the sunrise, and unexpected kindness, silent answers that shape your life. Intimacy with God is strength, courage, and balance. When you live this connection, courage arises naturally. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. David faced armies, threats, and internal crises, yet declared, "My heart will not fear." The courage you need is available when you choose to trust God and act in faith. Napoleon Hill reminds us that fear is the greatest enemy of success. Fear of poverty, criticism, illness, loss, death, all can be overcome with faith, purpose, and action. Every step, even trembling, builds confidence. Every challenge overcome strengthens your mind and spirit. True victory begins within. Turn anxiety into action, fear into courage, waiting into preparation. Every day is a chance to strengthen your mind, heart, and soul. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Every choice of faith is a declaration of who you are and who you'll become. Don't let the world define you. Choose light, choose faith, choose action. Faith without action is intention. Faith with action is power. Even if everything around you seems to crumble, you can stand firm. Even in the face of visible or invisible enemies, you can walk with confidence. Psalm 27 is more than words. It's strategy, mental training, a way of life. The light it offers never fails. It ignites your mind, strengthens your heart, guides your actions, protects your thoughts, and inspires courage. Are you ready to apply this truth every day? Start by affirming, "The Lord is my light and my salvation." Write your fears, declare truths, act despite hesitation. Turn anxiety into movement, doubt into decision, weakness into strength, waiting into action. Make intimacy with God your shield and fortress, and you'll see no external storm can shake your inner peace. The light of Psalm 27 isn't for isolated moments. It's a daily practice, a habit that shapes your mind, strengthens your heart, and guides every step. Napoleon Hill taught that consistency is key. Daily repetition of faith, action, and courage creates identity, transforms habits, and yields lasting results. Every morning, choose the light. Every challenge, choose faith. Every step, choose action. The world may try to push you into doubt, fear, or stagnation, but you can choose differently. You can build an inner fortress, face invisible enemies, wait with active patience, cultivate intimacy with God, act with courage, persist with purpose, and build the life you want. Every decision today is a brick laid in the fortress of your tomorrow. Every act of faith is a seed of success, prosperity, and fulfillment. Every moment of courage shapes the invincible mind Napoleon Hill spoke of. Don't wait for perfect conditions. The light doesn't depend on the external world. It's born within you, in faith, courage, and the decision to act. Every step you take with faith turns the impossible into possible. Every conscious action fuels your inner fortress. Every challenge faced strengthens your confidence in yourself and in God. Victory begins when you decide to live by faith, act with courage, wait with patience, and cultivate intimacy with God. Make every day a practice of Psalm 27. Turn every obstacle into opportunity, every fear into momentum, every doubt into action. Success isn't luck or chance. It's the result of a strengthened mind, a steadfast heart, and a soul connected to the light. Now it's your turn. Start today. Choose the light. Choose action. Choose faith. Let every word of Psalm 27 transform your mind, strengthen your heart, and ignite the courage you need to face any challenge. Let every step, every decision, every act of faith reflect a life connected to divine presence. The external world may be uncertain, but your inner light is constant. Your faith, action, and courage are the strength that sustains you. Psalm 27 is not just a prayer, it's a guide, a training for mind, heart, and spirit. Live this truth every day. Make light, faith, and action your way of life. Be unstoppable, unshakable, victorious.